Hey, what's up guys? Mao here for Unbox Everything, and today we are taking a look at this. This is the Acer Aspire 5. Now, this laptop came out towards the end of 2018, so that's around a year and a half ago. But you know, nowadays people are just looking for the cheapest, affordable laptop that they can get, to do all of their work from home needs, their Zoom calls, light browsing, all that stuff, and a model from around a year ago would probably be the most affordable thing right now, and you could probably find it really cheap. So, would something like the Acer Aspire 5 still be good for what you need today just to get through the day with all your work and all that stuff? Well, we're going to find out today. So this is just a quick look at the Acer Aspire 5. Alright, so I just want to tell you a little bit about it. It is a 15.6-inch laptop, and it is primarily a plastic body with this really nice aluminum metal brush kind of finish, so that gives it a nice look, and it's really simple, just got the Acer logo right there. It is also quite light. For a laptop of its size, over 15 inches, I think that it is one of the lightest in this size and in that kind of category of bigger laptops. Alright, so now I want to test out if it can be opened with one hand. So we'll see that right now. Alright, so somewhat it can be opened with one hand. Probably still better with two hands, but if you needed to, you could get it open with one hand without much of a problem. Alright, so now looking at it right here, you can already see that it looks pretty nice. Not a bad looking laptop. Let's take a look at the ports. Here on the left side, we've got a port for an Ethernet cable. It's got an HDMI. It's got one full USB 3.0. It's got USB Type-C and a full-size SD card reader. So that's really good for people who take a lot of photos, content creators, all that. Now on the right side, it's got a 3.5mm headphone jack, two more USB ports, and of course the AC adapter for where you will charge it. Alright, so that is the ports. Really complete set of ports. You're not going to be lacking any kind of connections or for your USBs there. Everything is in that. So that's probably one of the pluses of this laptop. Alright, now going on to the other features, let's take a look at the keyboard. So the keyboard, the way it feels when you type, actually feels pretty good. So it's a chiclet style keyboard. The keys have good travel. It does feel nice to type, and the spacing, of course, is a full-size keyboard, being a laptop on the larger size. Touchpad as well is I'd say a decent size. It's not that big, but it's not small as well. It's just the right size for you to do gesture controls, multi-touch, all that. And the actual buttons that you click are easy to press. They're not difficult, and it does feel good and clicky when you click it. So, happy with the touchpad as well. One thing to note as well is on the hinge of the screen is that you can, when you open it, you can open it all the way to 180 degrees. So you can open it flat like that. I'm still kind of unsure what the purpose of 180 degree opening laptops are. I mean, you don't really hold it this way, do you? Or show people like that. But it's nice to have. Not really sure when you'd be using it, but it's pretty cool that it can do that. Alright, let's move on. Up here on the front, you will see that the bezels aren't too bad. I mean, it's not really, up to standard with all the bezel-less kind of looking displays nowadays. It's still got a bezel, but it's not that bad. It's not ugly. And then up front here, we've got the webcam, and this might be the downside of this laptop, which is that the webcam is only an HD webcam that is 0.9 megapixels. So they couldn't even push it to 1 megapixel. It is 0.9 megapixels. So the colors are kind of washed out from what I've read. But, for Zoom meetings, doing your classes online, you don't really need high quality, like amazing quality webcam. You just gotta be there and show your face. So webcam, not the best, but of course webcams are webcams. It gets the job done. So now I want to talk again about the display. So up front here, like I mentioned, it is a 15.6-inch IPS panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, and it is a matte finish kind of screen. So they say that it has better viewing angles so that it doesn't glare so much when there are bright lights or reflections all around. Now for the brightness, it does get plenty bright when you're indoors, but if it is outdoors in direct sunlight, you might struggle on this kind of panel. You know, the matte finish ones tend to not be as bright, and so indoors, perfectly fine. It's going to be more than bright for what you need, but outdoors, it might struggle if you are in direct sunlight. But let's face it, who is using their laptop outdoors in direct sunlight nowadays? So now what about the performance? All of this features or how it looks, the presentation is nothing if it doesn't have good performance. So what does this have? Well, it's got an 8th generation Intel Core i5 chip. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and for the storage, it's got 128 gigabytes SSD plus 1 terabyte of hard drive storage. For the graphics, it's rocking an NVIDIA GeForce MX 130, so I'm not sure how that would work with gaming or graphics intensive work. For games, you might be only able to play those lighter titles, and you might have to scale back some of your games back to the medium settings, so just be wary about that. But how long can you actually use it on a single charge? So for the battery, it can get you up to 7.5 hours of web browsing, and for media playback, it can get you up to 6.5 hours. You know, you can get in a lot of watching movies, a lot of YouTube videos on Netflix. You know, you're not gonna have to worry about plugging in that often. And again, that's just a simple look at the Acer Aspire 5 and a rundown of its specs and features so that you know more about this and you can decide if you want to pick it up for yourself. Again, I would recommend this probably to people who are just looking for the cheapest option for a laptop to help them out with getting through the day with their work, their Zoom calls, all those simple kind of stuff, browsing the web, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, all those kind of stuff. Really simple, but this would get the job done, and it's got a large screen if that is the kind of thing that you like or are looking for in a laptop. So this is the Acer Aspire 5. Well, hey, I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in helping you decide if you would want to pick up something like this for yourself. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, as I've got some really cool weekly content coming out just like this one. Please give this video a like, comment below, let me know what you think of this laptop and this video, and as always, I will see you back here next time as I continue to unbox everything. Shh.